Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to do a little bit of talking about the intermittent fasting that I've been doing. The intermittent fasting that I've been doing has been a 8-16, which is 8 hours on, 16 hours off. Trying to stay away from carbs, but occasionally carbs slip in. That's a thing that happens. This week was really interesting. In the first week, or the first 2 weeks, I guess, I had lost 17 pounds. This week, I've lost 1. So I am down 18 pounds from when I started. But the fascinating thing was, somewhere in the middle of that, I had gained like 6 pounds and then lost like 4 pounds and then gained like 3 pounds and then lost like 2 pounds. And what really came to my mind was, I need to stop weighing myself. Weighing myself is actually like this weird roller coaster ride of what? And so I'm going to limit the amount of times that I weigh myself. I was weighing myself daily, and for a while that was fine, but then there was a lot of fluctuation. But allow me to illustrate what it was that really threw a monkey wrench in it all, and that was I took my anniversary off. On my anniversary, we ate cake, and I had some dessert for dinner and dessert with lunch, and we didn't really adhere to like a carb-friendly world because I don't know if you know this, but desserts not carb-friendly. So we deviated from it, and within a day, I had noticed, my word, there's a lot more numbers on my scale. And what I realized was that doesn't matter. I can't live by the numbers on the scale, and I can't adjust every time something happens on the scale. I can't run to the kitchen and change my entire diet. If I trip and fall one day, you get up the next day and you're back on it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't get obsessed. I think that is something that a lot of people rely on for success, is obsession. Be obsessed with what you're doing, and somehow that is going to see you through the dark times. The truth of the matter is, there are no dark times. You need to really accept that life is this strange amalgam of events that come together. Things expand and contract, and that's okay. You can be okay with it. The overall effect is stick to it. Think of it as a long haul. Don't worry if you trip and fall. Don't worry if the numbers change on the scale in the way that you don't like. Just kind of live for the health of it and live for the idea of it. So getting back onto the regimen of, a strict eat window and low carbs or no carbs is a big part of it. But I also realized that it is easier to go day to day rather than that I'm 8-16 and trying to figure that out for the week, because sometimes when my 16 hours are up, I'm not hungry. So I'm like, I could skip this meal. I'll skip this meal and go to the next meal. And by the time I get to that next meal, I may still be hungry, still not be hungry. And then what I've done is I've effectively gone onto a meal a day, one meal, because I wasn't hungry. So it becomes like a minimum of 8-16, that window. And here's another thing. I have fallen outside of my 8-hour window and thought, oh, I would like a little something. I think it's close, but what I do is I make sure that I don't eat again until 16 hours after that. I try not to expand my window by a large margin, but I also try not to beat myself up or to get into this idea that there's a losing side to this. If I can treat it as this is just the way it is, I don't have to constantly remind myself or kick myself or act as if I am, doing something that is hard, because it's not really hard. It's quite easy, in fact, to just simply choose. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my dog, Ranger. He's walking right over here, investigating. I think his eating window is 24-24. It's like always he will eat, and he is now giving me the guilt eyes. So I'm going to go feed the dog. That is today's update on my intermittent fasting and how it's going. I will start to update more regularly as time goes on, but ultimately this is 2.5 weeks in, or that right? Yeah, about 2.5 weeks in, and I feel good. I physically feel good. The next time I think I'll talk about diabetes and the diabetic side effects that I have, and what's going on with that. I'll start pricking my fingers for my blood sugar shortly. So thank you very much, and we'll talk later.